So is real estate even for you? Chances are that you clicked on this video because we are heading over to 2022. We're getting close to the end of 2021, and maybe you haven't had a single transaction this entire year, or maybe you only had one or two when you thought that you were going to have like 20. So if you are in that position, you definitely want to stay tuned to this video because I'm going to be sharing with you some tips and some things that you might want to consider to make a decision whether this business is for you or what you need to change in order to succeed.
You see me fly, you know they'll never catch me for it. See me fly, you got it.
Hi there, I'm Loida Velasquez, real estate agent with Team BC at eXp Realty in Southern California. Now, if you are brand new to this channel, I am an agent, like I mentioned, and I also do a lot of great content for real estate agents. I have over 200 videos, so make sure that you subscribe to this channel and go through all of the videos that I have because they're probably going to answer a lot of the questions that you have. So the reason that I want to make this video is because I have recently been getting more messages on Instagram and on Facebook and even comments here on YouTube of agents that tell me that they are currently licensed. This has been their first year in the business and they just have not done a single transaction in the past 6 months or in the past year. Now, if you are in that same position, I want you to consider a few things before you decide to either leave your brokerage, leave your team, or maybe even leave the business. So first of all, I want you to think of how many hours you are spending actually prospecting and generating leads. You would be surprised as to how many agents think that they just have to talk to maybe 5 or 10 people a week and think that they're going to get business that way. I'm sorry to break it to you, but if you want to get deals and get business, you minimum have to be talking to at least 200 people a week, people. So break that down. If you are working part-time or full-time in real estate, you have to be very disciplined with your schedule and the amount of time that you allocate to prospecting. I'll tell you this, if you do not have any deals going on, your time should be spent prospecting and generating leads. If you don't have a budget or money to spend to purchase leads, whether it's expireds, for sale by owners, or neighborhood data, then go out and door knock. There should be no reason for you to not be proactive in generating leads. Now, everyone has a different schedule, everyone has a different skill set, which brings me to my next point. How much time are you investing in bettering yourself? Are you memorizing your scripts? Are you role playing? Are you working on your communication and listening? Or are you just kind of passing by, hoping that someone's going to call you or someone's going to refer you a friend or family member to do business with you? Because let's say that's the case, that maybe you do have, a large family or a large group of friends or past coworkers that send you business. The next thing that I'm going to ask you is, how are you going to make sure that you convert these people and make them feel confident that you're actually going to get the job done, whether it's helping them buy or sell a home? You always have to be educating yourself, working on your communication, working on your scripts, knowing what to say, how to say it, because at the end of the day, you may be getting so many different leads, but if you don't know how to communicate with them, they're not going to feel confident working with you. And then that's when they're going to go on and find someone else to work with them. So keep that in mind. And the reason, again, that I wanted to make this video is to cover all of this and also so that you can start putting things into perspective going into 2022. Because chances are that it's not your brokerage or it's not your team. It might have some type of influence in how much activity you have or have not done this year. But ultimately, there is so much free information out there. I have so many videos on how to succeed as a solo agent or even as an agent on a team that there's really no excuse for you to not be putting in the work. You have heard it many times, not just from me, but probably from other real estate coaches that tell you that you just have to be consistent. And that is the key. You have to be consistent. Just because you make phone calls for 2 weeks and expect to have already gotten 2 deals within those 2 weeks, that is not realistic. I hate to break it to you, but it's probably not going to happen. I wish that it was that easy, and hopefully it does happen to you. But what's probably going to happen is that you're going to spend hours and days, weeks, months prospecting, and you're not going to get a single deal. I know agents that have been in the business for over a year, 2 years, even 3 years, and they still haven't done a deal. Some of them are already out of the business. Now, if you have gotten to that point, you have to really take a look at your business and what you're doing and what you're lacking, because obviously something has to change. If you are talking to a lot of people and you're not converting them, then something is wrong with perhaps your communication or what you're saying, or maybe what you're not saying. Maybe you think that you have leads when in reality, these are people that are tire kickers, that are a waste of time, and they're never gonna buy or sell with you. I started last year a new agent bootcamp, and in fact, I'm going to be doing another bootcamp this year. The last one for the year is going to start on November 29th. Registration is going to open on November 15th for $97. This is the lowest price that I have done since last year. So if you're a new agent, make sure to jump on this bootcamp that I'm going to be doing. There's going to be a lot of great trainings on there, and I will teach you absolutely everything that you need to know to make sure that you're confident going forward this year and also for the start of 2022. So just thought I'd throw that in there, because obviously if you're watching me, you probably have seen the content that I put out, or you want some more information as to what it's going to take to succeed. So let me wrap this video up by telling you this. If you are thinking about quitting, before you go ahead and even do that, again, take a look at what you have been doing and what needs to change, because chances are something needs to change. Maybe you haven't been consistent. Maybe you only prospect for an hour. Maybe you only talk to 2 people a day when you should really be talking to minimum 30 or 40 people a day. So if you want to get to that point where you're like, you know what, Loida, I want to talk to 20, 30, 40 people a day. How do I even reach that amount daily? So what you can do is that you can go out and door knock. You can cold call for sale by owners. They're easy to find. You can go on Craigslist, on Zillow. You can purchase leads, even if you have a very small budget. You can go after expireds, withdrawals, cancels, maybe not so much the withdrawals, because some of these individuals are still under contract, but you get the point. There's so many different resources out there that there's really no excuse for you to start to put in the work. And as far as role playing, if you are an agent that ends up joining my bootcamp, I actually have a private Facebook group that you would be able to be a member of. And there's so many agents in there that are also looking for accountability and role play partners. And this would be a great way for you to find someone to help you, and also that'll help push you towards the goals that you want to accomplish. So keep that in mind for my bootcamp. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope that I have pushed you a little bit more to kind of see what it is that you're doing in your business, because you know, real estate is just not easy. I have been in your shoes. I know agents that are currently struggling. They have been in the business for 4 months, 6 months, a year. They have gotten leads. They have gone on appointments. Something happens where things just don't work out. And that is just the nature of this business. And it's really going to come down to you and your commitment and dedication to become the best. And you also have to believe that for yourself. So thanks again for watching. Don't worry, I am going to be putting a lot more content out in the next couple days and weeks, so stay tuned for that. I also have some exciting news that I'm going to be sharing in January. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you're following me on there, because I've been pretty active on there, especially with the Reels, which, side note, if you guys are not doing video content, make sure that you guys start doing that immediately. So thanks again for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the next one.